So colleges are spending less money per student while students are paying more money per student, according to Kelly Woodhouse on her article, Public Colleges Revenue Shift. This means that each and every one of you is giving more to this university than what this university is spending on you. So today, however, college is a good deal because the outcome of getting a college degree results in great job opportunities and makes it worthwhile. But today I'm going to discuss how we can make this deal better in discussing reducing increasing education. So we're all at the beginnings of our college careers, and during these next coming years, universities have the potential to increase costs even more so without anyone regulating them. So universities now are acting more like corporate businesses and trying to gain as much revenue as possible from us. So as a college student, I don't want universities to continue taking advantage of students. So I've done an extensive amount of research, particularly on why universities are continuing to raise tuition, what they're spending their income on, and what we can do about it. So one reason universities have for increasing their tuition is to increase it along with inflation. However, universities are increasing their tuition at a higher rate than what inflation is increasing by more than 2 times. Since 2008, after the financial crisis of 2007, public universities have been raising their tuition costs in order to compensate for lack of funding that they haven't been getting from the government. So they begun by initially raising tuition costs only for students who came from wealthier backgrounds. However, over time, this has been placed on all students of all economic backgrounds. So what are our tuition dollars actually going towards? So on average, only 17.2% of our tuition dollars is going towards instruction, meaning professors and other academic staff, and 22.7% goes towards marketing, according to Dylan Matthews in his article, Everything You Need to Know About College Cost. So what is the rest of our university's dollars going towards? So the rest of it typically revolves around paying part-time professors and other instructional staff, hiring non-academic staff, and giving top-level administrators pay raises. So universities have increased their part-time hiring to try and cut costs, according to Donna DeRocher, who's a principal researcher at the Delta Cost Project, which studies higher education and spending. So according to the New England Center for Investigative Reporting in 1987, part-time instructional staff amounted to only 1/3 of all instructional staff, but now part-time instructional staff amounts to more than half of all staff. So these extra tuition costs are also going towards hiring non-academic staff, meaning non-academic staff meaning student services and other things like that. However, these student services have not proven to be very effective overall in students towards graduation. According to Karan's article, A Justification for Higher Education Prices, since 2002, the proportion of 4-year bachelor's degree-seeking students who graduate within even 6 years, for instance, have barely inched up from 55% in 2002 to 58% in 2018. Karan also says that in an attempt to decrease non-academic staff and overall hiring, universities can hire outside firms on a contract basis with competitive bidding to fulfill the duties of these non-academic departments. And this is kind of a solution that Karan has presented himself. And so our tuition is also being paid as pay raises for top-level administrators. This is according to David Leonhardt in his article, Why Does College Cost So Much? Just to clarify, top-level administrators receive pay raises that have more than doubled of academic employees. And academic employees make about $150,000 a year. So imagine how much top-level administrators are making. There needs to be something done about this. There needs to be a checks and balances system in place by the government so universities can be regulated on their rising inflation costs. Also, there needs to be checks and balances that regulate where university funding is going towards, specifically from student tuition. And it would be nice if they publicize their university, where their university funding is going towards, so that we can create a checks and balance system of our own on them. So universities that stick with moderate annual increases of tuition costs actually lose more students. However, because of the unpredictability, they refuse to reduce costs. If universities reduce their tuition costs, they would actually receive more income because more students would attend these universities. This has been done in most two-year universities. They have adopted this strategy and have actually seen a larger enrollment. A survey by Sally May reported that 67% of families use price to narrow their list of colleges down, and 55% of families will eliminate a school without research beyond its published price. If four-year universities reduce tuition to a fair price, more students would be able to attend. And lastly, with more students being able to attend universities, the U.S. would be fully utilizing their resources and not risk losing some young, brilliant minds that we have in our country. So, according to Robert Kelchin, a professor at Seton Hall University, he presented in his study that there's 3 methods towards achieving this reduction of tuition cost. And so the first one is appointing policymakers and trustees who actively oppose tuition increases. Also, a second one is policymakers can present informal caps on statutes that are not explicitly stated. So this means that state policymakers can actually put pressures on colleges to reduce tuition and fees that increase and threaten to withhold appropriations from institutions that raise prices. And finally, the most obvious is to pass legislation prohibiting colleges from raising their prices more than a specified amount. So something that you can do immediately is that here at Cal Poly, you can express your opinions on how tuition costs are rising, and also maybe express how you would like to see tuition spending publicized. So first, you can complain to the Student Ombuds Services, or if you really want to take action, you can contact Cynthia Viscano-Villa, who's the Senior Vice President for Administration and Finance here. Thank you.